going on YouTube? Figured I just did one video on the new zebras that just came out. Well, I got these black non-static ones that came out earlier this month. Actually, the first time I opened it, I just opened up the box. I've been out of town, so figure I should maybe do a review before I open them up. So I will say one thing. Got these, as I mentioned in my last video, from the Adidas app. Can't really speak highly enough of it because I haven't been denied on an order yet. This box right here is one of your classic little tearaway, hey, how you doings? This one I got is not. I don't really care. Still come the same way. Boxes on both, as for most of you sneakerheads will know, that we want a box in good, pristine shape. Unlike some of those breads that just came out for Jordan, they were given an alternate box because they ran out of boxes. I don't know how you don't make enough boxes for units you produce. Sounds like a Nike problem. So let me get this bad boy out without shaking up this camera too much. I ain't a professional by any means at this. Just figure I point some stuff out, what I like about these shoes, what I don't, and just some of the stuff here. Stand by. This one doesn't look like it's as wrapped as tight. So go ahead and pull these bad boys out. So I'm gonna be real. I'm a white person. White shoes don't look good on white people. It's my opinion. You don't like it, get over it. That's why I always like the black. You can't go wrong with black. Always look good with pretty much anything you wear. So in the last video, same thing. Tags are as they should be. Nice dark font. Hopefully get it in there for you guys to see. Right here, V2, all that other good fun stuff. Originals, yada, yada, yada. Coming through. I checked these tags out, and I said in my last video, they dupe these pretty easily. I've heard people getting fake shoes from Adidas, but I don't know. I can't really imagine that would happen unless you just like trying to make up or save face if you made a bad choice. So once again, what I always like to do is look at the toe box. That's normally a tall tale for fake Yeezys. The one thing I like on these, nice and flat. A lot of the fake ones will almost have a bow in the center, kind of protruding down. Obviously, these are real. I mean, look real to me. Was what, maybe my 54th pair of Yeezys or so. Right here, once again, no real pattern. It's down there. It's always random, as I showed on my last one for those zebras sitting over there. Same thing, boost is nice, deep, and impressioned. Just kind of looking at the sole here, it does have that nice little clear tint. Although it looks solid, we all know you can kind of see through it. In this case, you can see the boost inside of it. I don't notice too much of a tone difference with this heel cap. As you guys know, will kind of curve over, especially on some of the colorways. You'll notice it's slightly off. Stitching looks pristine here. Once again, slight angle on the toe pulling. What I've noticed is basically if you have a fake, now everyone's going to have different fingers. 2 fingers in there should be tight on your fingers. Shouldn't be too loose. A lot of fake ones are either too loose or way too damn tight. Most of the ones I've gotten are pretty set. This right here, I did say to my last video, should have a little flex to this. My last, those zebras that I opened up, they were kind of folded down. These ones are, more up, more neutral. Same thing with what would be your tongue coming up to your tibia or the top of your foot instep. Kind of flattened out, probably due to shipping as always. And I did this with the paper because sometimes the paper is a tail if it is fake. Notice the size differential. Not really folded up too nice and neat. Believe it or not, the fakes I've seen, they do a better job with the paper. Once again, it does not match the paper that is encased around the shoe. Kind of coming down and in. X's are always a good tail for the stitching on the toe. Sorry for the focus on this. Nice and straight, nice and tight. Everything should be even from one side to the other as far as pattern. You can see the angle in which it kind of comes in from each side. Should somewhat mirror, especially on these ones. I'm not a fan of this style. I prefer more the core from the old V2s, which I do have. The material just feels better for whatever reason. It's just a preference on my part. Kind of looking through, everything looks as should be with the shoe. Like I said, point out the flowers, as some folks call them. Coming on the sole, yank that out. One thing I do like about Adidas is that you can just pull these out. Checking out the teeth. You'll notice they're nice, kind of fat and triangular. If I can get focus on this so y'all can see. Trying, I apologize. iPhone failing me. Coming through. Everything looking good. Especially up here on fakes, you'll notice there's more of this border added to it. For whatever reason, this is the one piece they have a hard time with. I can't imagine why, but they probably just cut corners because they don't think people will pull them out. Looking at the trifold on here, not seeing any dots on this one like the zebras do. It is nice and pushed in. Like I said, some of the fakes, they just kind of stick out. They ain't no good. But for the most part, and then come on over here, looking at the logo. Those white ones, those white lines look real nice and tight versus those zebras over there. They kind of look a little sketchy, if you will, but I know they're real. Coming in, the material here looks a little thinner, this white versus some of the black, because I can see the folds almost on the silk screen that they put on this material here. I'm not sure on how long this will last up. My cores has stand the test of time with it. Once again, I'm kind of lazy here, not pulling out my black light to show you, but you should see swirls if you shine a black light. If you're looking for where to get a good black light, you can go to Walmart for like $7-8 and go buy one. And it'll show you all the fallacies with this, or if you leave love stains on your bed, whatever the case may be. Coming into the tag. Now, I've noticed on a lot of Yeezys, real ones, this tag will be tucked almost all the way down past the sole. Obviously, I pulled this out. Same thing, the font should be different. The 9s are a little bit thicker. You'll notice the 43 will be thinner. Same thing with Japan and China. It does change font, and the date. The other thing is the date. Always pay attention to the date. The only reason the date should be different is if you bought an international one. For those that are overseas, if you purchase overseas, that date and production date will be different. These are October, which is correct by Adidas. That I already looked that up. But this is the second time this shoe came out. I got it the first time. So now I can wear these ones, kick around at the gym. You know, I don't run no more. Run is for birds. These things, super comfortable. Love them. Go with anything. You know, they're the non-statics, but if you really want to shine in black lights out at the club, I mean, and you wearing Yeezys, to me, you in the wrong club. I wouldn't wear Yeezys to the club. I'll wear something nice from Louis. But with that being said, I'm going to conclude this video with the exception of one thing I'm going to point out on these boxes. And since I have a few boxes, bear with me. You know, anybody who's anybody can jump online and go see what's what with boxes. But some of the stuff, as I can hopefully get a good focus, the head should not touch the little man. One thing I've noticed on a couple of fakes, and I purposely bought fakes because back when these were harder to come by, now that Yeezy's producing these like Jordans and saturating the market, that little head up there would be touching the shoulders. The one left arm should be smaller than the right arm. I assume he's right arm dominant. Don't know. Once again, font should be different. The little tag inside for the test tag, they used to not have these on the fakes. Now they are. Be careful. You should have a little bit of a border here at the bottom. Same thing. You can use my video or any pictures online. There's a lot of people that do a lot of what I do and more in depth. You'll see on how they space these out. This is my zebras over here. And you'll notice that they're spaced out as well. So pay attention to some of that stuff. You can see like the 9 right here is kind of closer on the bottom here versus this label over here. There's a little bit more space. So once again, these both came from Adidas. They're both legit. I have enough fake ones to compare, and I have some good fakes that I've gotten directly from China. Took like forever and a day to come in. But like I said, this should hopefully give you a good comparison because there's a lot of people out there on eBay and some other places trying to sell you sneakers, trying to like, you know, basically bust your chops. You know, like this Supreme fanny pack I got for like next to nothing. Dude try to tell me it's brand new. And then he tries to pass the buck saying, well, he thought he bought it brand new and it was legit. Man, dude, this zipper's been worn like, you guys can see the gray in there. I've literally worn this thing like twice, and that wear is old. So don't be sitting here telling me I got my money back, and I didn't send it back to him because he doesn't deserve it. So Thanks once again, YouTube. Once again, hit the subscribe button, hit the like. You got any comments, questions, throw in stuff that you'd like me to look at. I'm not a total expert on Adidas. It's only been recent that I started kind of adding them to my collections. So if you want any more advice, hit me up. Instagram, Spiga, same as the channel name. Talk to y'all later. Bye.